everyone. Today I will be discussing about the Reynolds apparatus. So, what is the significance of the Reynolds number? Firstly, we have to know what is the significance and what is the Reynolds number. So, the significance of the Reynolds number is whenever we have to know about the flow regions, that if the fluid is flowing through a conduit, so by the use of the Reynolds number we can check whether the fluid is flowing in the laminar, transition or in the turbulent region. So we can calculate analytically, or also if we will able to visualize the flow region in a conduit, then we can easily see that say that whether the fluid is flowing through a laminar, turbulent or in transition region. When the fluid is flowing through a pipe, then we can analytically calculate the value of the Reynolds number if we know the value of the velocity, density as well as the viscosity of that particular fluid. If the value will come around 2100 or less than that, then the fluid is flowing in the laminar region. If the value comes more than 2100 and less than 4000, it means that the region is in the flow region is the transition. If the value goes beyond 4000, it means that the flow region is the turbulent. But in this particular apparatus, we don't know the velocity of this fluid inside, we don't know the velocity of the fluid in that particular tube. So by the visual appearance also we can say that whether the fluid is flowing in the laminar region or in the turbulent region. Generally, when the fluid flow in horizontal direction, if there will be no vertical motion, then it is known as the laminar flow, because there will be no undulation of the fluid inside that flow region. So if there will be undulation, it means that it is in the either transition or in the totally turbulent region. So for this apparatus, here we can see that it contains the centrifugal pump, again centrifugal pump, because we have to lift the water from a storage tank to this Reynolds apparatus tank. This is the one kind of the what is called a storage tank also, to flow the fluid from this tank to this pipeline. And this is the measuring cylinder. This is the measuring cylinder, so that we can measure the flow rate of this fluid inside the pipe. So here again we can see that this is the one dye line. How we will see that? Here we are injecting one dye. This is the, I think, methylene blue dye. So this one is the methylene blue dye, and we are exacting through this pipeline. So here we can see that it is totally transparent. So this dye is flowing through this tube. This dye is flowing through this transparent tube, and it is surrounded by the clean water. So water is flowing through all this circular tube, and dye is flowing exactly at the center of the tube. And here we can see that there is no undulation of that dye, particular dye. It means that there is no vertical motion, there is no vertical velocity inside this tube. It means that it reflects that, or we can say that there is only velocity in horizontal direction, and that's why we can say that it is in the laminar region. The flow, it is in the laminar region. So here we can maintain the flow rate inside this tube by the use of this gate valve. So here by the use of this gate valve we can maintain the flow rate, because this gate valve is connected through this tube, and we are going to maintain the flow rate. So here we can see that the flow rate is very, very less. And this is the measuring cylinder, and that contains the level indicator. Again it is level indicator, because we have only one option to measure the amount of the water inside the tank by the use of level indicator. So this one is the level indicator. Again there is no water inside the tank, so here it is not reflecting any water in this transparent tube. So once we will start the experiment, firstly we have to close this knob. This is the drainage knob, that is the drain valve. So right now it is at the open position. So whatever the fluid is flowing from here, it is going again in the storage tank. So what we will do, firstly once it will get the steady state value, that is the flow, once it will get the flow steady state value, we will close this valve and we will wait for some time so that we can maintain the firstly reference point, and then we will measure the time for a particular ride how much time it is taking, and according to that we can calculate the flow rate. Going to start our experiment. So before that we have to maintain some level in this storage tank so that there will be the constant head. So for constant head, continuously we are supplying some amount of the water, whatever it is removing from here. So we have to maintain the flow rate of this pipe, this inlet and outlet, it will be constant. Otherwise what will happen, once it will get different flow rate inlet in out and outlet, the head will be changed, and due to that reason, in this reason the fluctuation will occur. So for before that, firstly what we will do, we have to maintain the manually, we have to maintain the flow rate inlet and outlet of this pipe. So here we can see that easily we can see that in the visual appearance there is no vertical velocity, that is there is no vertical any gradient. So it is totally flat profile of this die. Here it is easily visible. So it means that the flow region is in the laminar region. So firstly what we will do, to know the flow rate, what we will do, firstly we will maintain the level of the water inside the tank to take the reference point. So here we are going to take the reference point as a 11. So once it will reach at the 11, so we will start our stopwatch. We will start our stopwatch and we will wait to reach this level up to 12. So from 11 to 12 how much time it is taking, and according to that we will calculate the flow rate. So here we can see that it is about to reach at the 12 level at 12 centimeter. So once it will reach at the 12 centimeter, we have to stop this stopwatch. So now it has reached. So now I have stopped the stopwatch. So we can see that it took 2.2 seconds. So it means that around 122 seconds. So to fill up the 1 centimeter of the water in the measuring tank, it is taking around 122 seconds at this particular flow rate. Now we are going to perform for the turbulent region. So it means that we have to increase the flow rate so that we can get the undulation of this die. It means that in the simple terms we are going to create the vertical velocity inside this pipe. So what we will do, we are going to increase the flow rate here. It is easily visible the velocity in both direction. It means that in the horizontal as well as in the vertical direction. So we can say that this flow is either in the transition or in the turbulent region. So once we will calculate the flow rate, then we will able to know that whether the flow right now it is in the laminar region or in the turbulent region. Here we can see that in the manual it is given serial number 1, time required to raise the height h, and then we have to calculate the discharge, and from there we can calculate because area is already known, and here we have calculated the q, so we can calculate the velocity, and we will put the value in the Reynolds number that is equal to rho Vd by mu. So viscosity of the water is already known because we have taken the water as a fluid, and viscosity is already also known, and density is also known, and we have calculated from here. So we will put the value of value in this formula, and we will get the Reynolds number value. So for the laminar region, in the similar way we will calculate the value of the V for the turbulent region also, and we will put the value of the Reynolds number for all different flow rates.